Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today's video is going to be journaling prompt day 10 for gratitude documented. I thought I'd turn on the camera and let you work with me. I'm going to be using a couple stamp sets from Sonshine Stamp Co. I have the offset alphas and Jesus is my jam, and I thought these would go perfect with the prompt today, which is music. And so there's these great little elements in this set that I thought I'd pull out and kind of incorporate into the journaling today. And I am working in Psalm 104 verse 33, and it says, I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have being. And just really simple entry, and I'm going to be creating kind of like a faux washi effect down here with the little piano key stamp set. And really this entry only took me about 30 minutes to complete, and so that's something that I've done to streamline gratitude documented. If you guys are participating and are getting a little overwhelmed, don't be. Try to incorporate elements that are simple, use the same color scheme, and that really kind of cuts down on the amount of time you have to spend. These little hexies here, I had a little Fiskars hexie punch that I punched out some of the papers from the gratitude documented paper pad, and thought this would be a fun way to add some color and interest. That's one thing I struggle with, is with the backgrounds to my pages. I don't want to just do the same thing every time, and so I'm trying to change it up, do something different, but just have some color and interest behind my entries. And so this was a really simple, quick, fun way to do that, and adds some dimension to the page, and was really easy. You could sit and cut out a whole bunch of different shapes and have those on hand to incorporate into your layouts very easily. And so there's a lot that I could have journaled on here. This is my third year doing gratitude documented, and so some of these prompts I've journaled before and have said a lot about. I spend a lot of time reflecting and praying while I'm working on an entry. So I do some journaling on the page during gratitude documented this year, but not everything gets written down on the page. So just it looks a little simpler than it actually is in how I'm working on it. So don't feel like you have to write a novel in the journal of your Bible or the margin of your Bible. You definitely don't have to do that. That little guitar there is a stamp from the Jesus is my Jam stamp set. I stamped it out on some cardstock, quickly colored it in with my Faber-Castell brush markers, and then just cut it out, made it very simple. If you've seen my video of how I set up for gratitude documented, I have markers already pulled out that match the colors, so it's very simple. And I have that word music there is from the Illustrated Faith Print and Pray shop, and it's printed on some clear label paper. I'll be using that in a few minutes here. But I'm going to stamp thankful for using the offset alphas. So there's an offset alphas printable at Illustrated Faith right now, and if you are in love with that, you're going to love the stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and spell the word thankful. I really dirtied it up on my arm. I know that seems gross, but it kind of reduces the slickness of the stamp, so I can go in with my Faber-Castell brush marker and ink it up. Now, the big brush markers work better for this technique than the smaller brush markers, but I only have the smaller ones. So I am going to have to do this twice, and it still is not a super good impression, but that's okay. I'm going to use those outlines, so it works out fine. But if you're looking for something that you can stamp with, the big brush markers are a better option than the smaller ones. So just heads up there. So I went ahead and double stamped thankful, and then also did the same for the word for, and now I'm going to go back in with the outlines and stamp that over so you'll be able to read it. And really it's just a matter of adhering things down, pulling it together, and I'm loving these prompts and this time to just reflect on the different things that we're thankful for, and maybe think of them in a different way than we've thought of before. I just recently did some studying as I was preparing for a speaking engagement on love and different ways that we love each other, different ways that we show love for God. And one of the ways that we show love for God is through worship and singing to Him. And so I did some studies in that. It was really interesting. Just, there aren't very many ways that we can show God love. We can obey Him, give Him worship, and so we need to really utilize those few things that we've been given to show love towards Him. And thankfully, there are some people that are here on earth that have been gifted the gift of music. I am not one of them, but there are some very talented people out there that have produced some amazing music and worship songs, and feel free to worship at all times, not just Sunday morning with a group at your church, but in my car with my kids on the way to school, and in my shower when I'm getting ready in the morning, in the evenings when I'm Bible journaling. I almost always have Christian music on at some point, and I know that my singing is horrendous, but that does not stop me from singing out loud and just worshiping to God. And so this is just a day to be thankful for that and reflect on that. And I did a little bit of journaling, but not too much in the margins here. So I took some of the elements that are in that stamp set, the little music notes, and kind of sprinkled those around the page. I did go ahead and adhere down the word music. And I love printing on clear sticker paper. It just melds right into the page and just fits right in. I went ahead and cut a tab out of that pattern paper as well using a tab punch, and then stamped the word praise from the Jesus is My Jam stamp set. Go ahead and adhere that to the top. And then these are some numbers that I cut out using a Tim Holtz number die. I believe it's a Tim Holtz die that I have. And I sponge some different Distress Oxide inks on them, and then I have them in a baggie. So each day I am numbering the day that it is. It's not necessary. It's just a design element that I thought would be fun to incorporate in all 30 entries. So I'm just taking a glue pen to adhere those down, and then off camera I will do some journaling down there. And I have the word Fetty that is the free printable from Illustrated Faith. I have everything linked down below if you want to grab any of these items. And I went ahead and printed mine on white label paper and then scored it with an X-Acto knife, so they're like little word Fetty stickers that I can add to the entry there. And that just kind of finishes it off, makes it really easy to add the prompt, the verse, all that goodness. So there's a look at the finished page. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you were inspired. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.